El momento de presentar al Club Biguá de Biarritz. Número 0, Uno, Andris Pay. Número 3, Nicolás Catalá. 5, Juan Ducase. Número 7, Diego Rodríguez. 12, Matías Espinosa. Número 13, Leandro Serminato. 21, Álvaro Ayole. 22, Federico Baossi. 28, Máximo Greenberg. 31, Alex López. Y 35, Mikey Tavares. El director técnico es el señor Nicolás Mazarino.
Good evening and welcome into Estadio 8 de Junio in Paysandú, Uruguay for tonight's Basketball Champions League America's Group C contest between Biguá of Uruguay and Quimsa of Argentina. Alongside Andrew Hunt, I'm Craig Beta, and we're so glad you can be with us tonight, wherever you're watching from, in the USA on FanDuel TV, in South America on DirecTV, and around the rest of the world on the BCL America's YouTube channel, and courtside 1891. Well, Andrew, after winning it all last year, Quimsa comes into this one on life support. 0-3 in the group phase so far, and somehow they haven't won a game despite having the tournament's leading scorer in Agustin Perez and the tournament's leading rebounder in Tavario Miller. You'd think by accident they'd have won a game with this roster.
Right, Craig. In the first window, we saw them look pretty lackluster and not what we're used to seeing as of last year's tournament. They did lose some key players, but like you said, they still have talent. So bit of a surprise, but the last game we saw against Minas, they really had picked it up and looked better. So I'm excited about seeing if they can make a run to stay in this tournament tonight.
Biguá, on the other hand, they can punch their ticket to the quarterfinals with a win tonight. Biguá lost to Minas 2 nights ago, but they hung around a little bit, and with guys like Andre Spite, Leandro Serminato, and Josh Cunningham, if they get hot, they can make things interesting. So they look to land the knockout blow to the defending champs tonight.
Yeah, that's true. They definitely, based on what I just said about Quimsa getting better, Biguá does not want them to hang around and have to play them and end up in a scenario where, you know, maybe they're even records and battling to get in. They'd like to just get things over with tonight and know that they're in, not have to worry about February.
There you get a look at the starting lineup for Quimsa and head coach Leandro Ramea. Tavario Miller, Juan Brasino, Emiliano Basabe, Agustin Perez leading the tournament in scoring with 20.3 points per game. And Nicolas Romano. Tavario Miller, as we mentioned, the leading rebounder in the tournament at 10 boards per game. And now we'll look at the starting lineup for Biguá and head coach Nicolas Mazzarino, Josh Cunningham, Andre Spite. He led BCL Americas in scoring last year with Obras at 21 points per game. Nicolas Catala, Matias Espinosa, and Leandro Serminato. Our officials for this contest, Johnny Batista of Puerto Rico, Fernando Leite of Brazil, and Carmelo de la Rosa of Puerto Rico. One more game after this one. It'll be back to Group B in Panama City as Toros de Chiriquí take on the Boca Juniors at 8:40 p.m. local time, 7:40 p.m. Eastern time in the USA. And then we are off tomorrow. And then we pick up Group A, playing their first games of this tournament on Thursday. It'll be Real Estelí and Toros del Valle at 7:40 p.m. local time, 8:40 Eastern in the U.S. from Managua in Nicaragua. A couple of games last night. Minas defeated Quimsa 80-69, and it was Flamengo again with an impressive shooting display, especially through the first half. They put up 96 points for the second consecutive game, taking down Boca Juniors 96-61 and clinching first place in that group. A couple of moments away from tip-off. There we get a look at Agustin Perez, 25-year-old. He had 20 points in the first contest against Minas in December. Beg your pardon, 19 against Biguá. He had 20 points against Minas last night. Quimsa win the tip. Nicolas Romano controls, and we are underway. Brasino into the front court. Around the screen by Miller. Andrew, one of the things I'd like to see Quimsa do this game is not that. Well, of course, they made that three-point attempt. Prior to that shot, Juan Brasino, 2 of 16 from three-point range.
Yeah, we had a little bit of talk of that last night of folks shooting something that their percentage might say they shouldn't, but he's proven you wrong, just like I had to eat crow last night.
Coming into this one, Brasino had been 2 of 16. Patricio Tabarez, 4 of 13. Agustin Perez, even though he's leading the tournament in scoring, just 6 of 22. And there's another 3. That one barely caught the front end of the rim. Sansimone is 2 of 11. Here's Cunningham. Floater falls in. So Biguá on the board with 8.5 minutes to play in this first quarter. Another brick from three-point range. And again, you know, we talked about it. It's the Dubs effect. Everybody wants to be a three-point shooter now. And you just get a lot of guys building houses from out there.
I've seen that growing up. I feel like my generation, we all wanted to be able to dunk. Or if you couldn't dunk, you wanted to finish and do something fancy around the rim, get a foul. And then now, it's turned out to the step back. Who's got the best step back?
Yeah. Oh, stolen away. Nice job on the anticipation by Emiliano Basabe. He goes reverse with the right hand and lays it in. Quimsa now up 5-2. Andre Spite now into the scoring column with his first tally. I mean, you even look up and down Biguá's roster. Andre Spite, 3 of 13. Nicholas Catala, 1 of 15. Juan Ducase, 3 of 12.
Now I know from my own observation, Spite's numbers I think his numbers are unfair because they've definitely been in a hole in a couple of games where he basically just starts like, hey,
Yeah.
if we're going to get on a run, I need to shoot a few. So I would take that one with a grain of salt for sure, just off of my own eye test. And I think he's a
And
pretty good shooter
that's
too. I think he
absolutely
can,
fair. Yeah.
yeah. I want him shooting the ball if he's on my team. Like if he has an open three, shoot it. I would be mad if he did not.
Spite, guarded by Perez. And he travels. Curious to see if we're going to see Federico Bavosi tonight, the 43-year-old for Biguá. We saw him come up hobbled the other night. And did not return to the lineup. But we did see him up and moving without too much difficulty. We'll see if he gets into the game. And at age 43, and this window coming to an end tonight, have to wonder if he's going to be back for the next window, if at all.
Well, the other thing is, too,
Biguá,
depending on
if they win tonight, if they win, they're going to be into the quarters, so they may want him. And another travel against Biguá. That one, Matías Espinoza.
And correct me if I'm wrong, if they win tonight, based on Minas already securing, they're already the number 1 seed, correct? So with a win tonight, there's nothing on the line in February for them. Their spot is
Right.
They're not
I
going to
believe
pass
that
Minas.
is correct.
Okay. I couldn't form my thought there. They're not going to pass Minas. They're not going to drop below Quimsa with a win tonight.
Right. And the foul by Brasino. Yeah, Minas has beaten Biguá twice. And if Biguá wins tonight, they will have beaten Quimsa twice. So even if Quimsa puts on their Superman capes and beats both Biguá and Minas in the next round, they're still 1 and 2 against each of the other teams. Or 2 and 4 overall. So they would not be able to advance.
Yeah, you do the math. Oh.
That's a great shot right there. Our backboard cam. Outstanding job by our production crew, as always, getting that replay. Another 3 and another miss for Biguá. 0 for 4 from three-point range now. Quimsa is 1 for 4. They hit the first attempt of the game on Brasino and have come up empty since. A little shake and bake by Nicolas Romano, and that falls in.
Yeah, I like that.
Quimsa up 7. Spite tried to get it to Cunningham, but Tavario Miller with the quick hands pops it out of bounds. It'll stay with Biguá with 14 on the shot clock. Matías Espinoza sits down. He is replaced by, there he is, Federico Bavosi. Glad to see him up and moving well. 3 on the way from Catala. And again, that's a guy coming into this one, 1 for 15 from three-point range. 15-footer up and in. And Quimsa running 14-3. And Nicholas Mazzarino wants timeout. This is the Quimsa we're accustomed to seeing. Let's see if they can sustain this through this quarter and throughout the rest of this game. Don't forget, Toros de Chiriquí and Boca Juniors coming up at 8:40 p.m. local time. We'll bring that to you. 13-4. Quimsa leads early.
You should say a prayer, ain't nobody praying for you. Cause if I want it, then it's mine, that's what I'm saying to you. If it ain't hard, you better leave. You try and cross me, then you dead to me. Cause I'm in the business of making enemies. And there's a good chance that you may never leave. You feeling comfortable, you should never be. Cause I'm bringing pain if we should ever meet. Tonight, you should really find a lifeline. Outlaws come alive in the nighttime.
Welcome back to Estadio 8 de Junio in Paysandú, Uruguay. It's Biguá and Quimsa in Group C. Quimsa fighting for their tournament life tonight. The defending champions 0-3 in group play so far. But they've gotten off to a good start in this one. A 9-point lead with just inside 4 minutes to play in this first quarter. Thanks so much for joining us on FanDuel TV in the USA, in South America on DirecTV, and around the rest of the world on the BCL Americas YouTube channel and Courtside 1891. And a foul on the floor. Go ahead, partner.
Well, I just wanted to say, I don't want to undersell what I said in the open. I really think Biguá really think they need to beat Quimsa this game, because I don't want to see that team have a chance to come back, prepare for, February, and have a chance to eliminate me. So, you have the other thing too is Minas already knows they're in. Their spot is secured. Do they play their starters? So there's a chance that for Quimsa to potentially pick up an extra game, not just against their current opponent, that they'll play tonight and one more time in February.
Mike Tavares fades away, and now that three-pointer is up and good. Agustin Perez. Tournament's leading scorer, striking from outside. He was 6 of 22 prior to that shot. And hey, there's Federico Bavosi. Hits the three-pointer, okay. 3 of 5 from the arc now. Yeah. Arnold Lewis into the game for Quimsa. Brasino throws it inside to Miller. Oh, nice job by Tavario Miller to gather himself, turn back around, and put it right back up. Lead back to 9. 2:20 to play in this first quarter. Cunningham on the handoff to Bavosi. Federico Bavosi pops from the baseline, won't go. Cunningham the rebound, goes back up, draws the foul on Lewis. Well, you'd never know there was anything wrong with 43-year-old Federico Bavosi. Walk it off, get a little treatment on it, a little tape, good to go. Veteran knows how to handle that.
Yeah,
and now 18-year-old Alvaro Pajovic into the game for Biguá.
It was good to see when he got up, or good to see him back. When he got up, though, it seemed like it could just be, ankle sprain. You want to tie your shoe a little tight. Might be fine in a day or two. So good to see it wasn't anything more than that.
Yeah, he was actually up walking without limping later in that game. He never did return, but he seemed to be just being a little extra precautious. First free throw by Cunningham missed. Second one good as we approach 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. Quimsa's lead is 8. Sansamoni, Sabe, and now Perez. Miller rolls, nothing there. Gives it up baseline. A jumper no good by Arnold Lewis. Here comes Bavosi again with the left hand. That won't go. And now Quimsa back the other way. Open three for Sansamoni. Nope. Again, I hate to keep belaboring the point, Andrew, but if you're 2 of 11 coming into this one from three-point range, are you really the guy to be taking an open three-pointer on a fast break?
The only thing I can say against you is maybe in practice, something's happened that we don't see.
Yeah.
The dynamics in this tournament, they're interesting. There's guys that I feel like would take a majority of the shots, and they don't. The pecking order is interesting to me to watch. I like it because it provides for, one guy shooting a lot, kind of boring, but just something interesting to pay attention to.
A nice feed under the bucket to Mike Tavares, and he gets the easy deuce. There's Josh Cunningham on that feed. Cunningham, it looked like he was going to go up and dunk that, and then the help came over. Here it comes. Tavario Miller stepped over, and that led to the easy bucket for Tavares. Inside of a minute to play first quarter. Fortunato Rolfi. His jumper missed. Offensive rebound. Arnold Lewis, he gets bumped from behind. And that's not going to be a shooting foul. As Mike guilty of the bump before the shot. Sansamoni driving right side. Kicks it into the opposite corner. Arnold Lewis for three. Nope. And again, Arnold Lewis, not a volume three-point shooter. 0 for 3, though, in this event. Quimsa now 2 for 7 from the arc. Biguá 1 for 7. 10 seconds left to play in the quarter. Out to Lewis. He drives, pulls up from the free throw line and strokes that.
He's got that mid-range game, though.
He does, yeah. 8-point lead for Quimsa as we head to the second quarter, 18-12. As we talked about Quimsa, their tournament hopes on the life support. That's a good start for the Argentines. At the end of the first quarter, Biguá 5 of 13 from the field overall. For 38%, 1 of 7 from three-point range, 1 of 2 from the stripe. Quimsa 9 of 16 overall, 56%. 2 of 7 from three-point range. Andrew, they're 7 of 9 inside the arc. Rebounds about even, 8-7 advantage for Quimsa. 4 turnovers in the first quarter for Biguá, 3 for Quimsa. Individually for Biguá, Josh Cunningham 3. He's also got 3 rebounds. Andre Spite 2. Federico Bavosi 3 points. And Mike Tavares with 4. For Quimsa, Tavario Miller 2. Juan Bursino 3 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Emiliano Basabe, 2 points. Agustin Perez, 5. Nicholas Romano, 6. As we take a look at the highlights, there's the first shot of the game from Juan Brasino, a 3-pointer. Teams combined for 2 for 13 after that. As we said, Nicholas Romano, 6 points, and Arnold Lewis with 2 for Quimsa.
Something I was just thinking back on, as you mentioned, their percentage from inside the arc versus 3-point. Oh, I love that move. That was like my favorite. It was my favorite shot from the first half. Nice. It reminds me of me at a nice round of noon ball. Anyway, I feel like Quimsa was last year in the tournament, points in the paint. Most of that, I think, was because of fast break points. I remember they would really run the floor. They were capable of shooting the 3 as a team, but their points in the paint mostly off of layups, not necessarily like a dump into the post. Because we mentioned previously Hebreka Maccabi. They also had a lot of points in the paint, but that was more post up, post ups or offensive rebounds. So a good way to score points, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. Points in the paint, high percentage.
Tavares, 4 for 13 coming into this one for 3-point range, and misses that one.
I can just remember them running the break. A lot of 3-on-2s or something where they move the ball, share it, and then just drop it off for the wide open guy going in for a layup. Pretty basketball.
Quimsa last year in this event,
let's check my memory with the stats.
Yeah, as Tavares scores from 3-point range, and now Alvaro Pajovic. Quimsa, 54.4% from 2-point range in the tournament last year. That actually put them at 7th. 3-point percentage last year. Quimsa second in the tournament, 36.7.
Now, is there a statistic for points in the paint? Does it show? I know we used to be able to look at it and we would see the dots where the shots are, which I think we can.
Yeah.
Still, yeah, we still have the shot chart. But I don't know historically if it shows that. It's not something you normally see in the box score or something like that.
Right. No, that doesn't come up in the stats for last year on the archived website. Let's see if I click on Quimsa itself.
Just another
as a team.
Plug for anybody viewing this. If you go to the website, which is where you may be watching the feed, so much information for the.
Oh yeah.
You can look up your
Next
favorite player,
stats.
what they've got. Yeah, stats, the play-by-play showing you what just happened. Not that you'd want to not hear it from us or anything like that, but kind of like watching a show with the subtitles on, you can hear it, but also you can read it. Like, yeah, okay. Total immersion.
That 3 is good. Open 3, a little too strong. Offensive rebound, Rolfi has it, and Quimsa resets. Oof. Collision there between Tavares and Pajovic. Look like a bug bouncing off a windshield.
I think the young fellow was late to recover on defense, and the veteran took a spill there. to make sure that the foul was evident.
Yes. Here you get a look at Alvaro Pajovic hitting the three-pointer from straight away. Lead is 9. Quimsa led by as many as 12 prior to that three-pointer. The runner won't go for Rolfe. He steps back, launches the three. That misses. Right side to Pajovic. Yeah, I was clicking through on some of the games in the tournament last year, and all the individual game box scores have all gone away. They have the final score for each of the games, but all of the in-depth stats, individual player stats per game have gone away. You can look up what players did in the event last year, but not by per game. Sansimone. Wow, Bruno Sansimone.
Since there's nothing then to
Acrobatic
prove
little
me wrong.
right-hand runner.
Yeah. Since nothing there to prove me wrong, I'm just gonna
for it, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna factually say that they really dominated points in the paint against their opponents last year.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. You know who else did?
I mentioned him earlier, yeah. Hebreka Maccabi.
Yep.
As I said, that
Our guy, Franklin Hassel.
Yep. My all big man team. Maybe my favorite of last year.
Yeah. He was. I don't think anybody worked harder in that event than Franklin Hassel. Maybe Brandon Robinson.
Whoever was giving that guy water was probably working pretty hard.
Nicholas Romano soars in, and the lead is 13. Now a miss at the other end and a whistle. That's going to be on Tabarez.
I like this little shrug, like, well, I don't know, did I?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I guess. Yeah, I'll take
He's
it.
like,
Why
were your
not?
hands up?
We're up
Yeah,
13.
He's like, yeah, I think so.
The international symbol for my arms were straight up, and I jumped straight up.
Yeah, the difference in points in the paint, as I was illustrating earlier, you have Hebreka Maccabi, they achieve their points in the paint by old school post up, offensive rebounds with the stick back, whereas Quimsa, most of their points in the paint came from running down and a running layup, mostly wide open on a break, so produced from their defense.
Lead down to 11. We mentioned our officials before the game, didn't we? Yes, Johnny Batista, Fernando Leite, and Carmelo De La Rosa.
Never hurts to double tap.
Yeah. And that free throw falls in for Bruno Sansimone.
I feel like we haven't had too many questions. I think all of our officiating crews have done an outstanding job thus far. Only, halfway through or so, but
yeah,
keep up the good work.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure every player and coach agrees.
Exactly. Ooh, you hate to see that. Juan Ducasse coming out of there holding his hand. Didn't Let's see exactly. Oh, there it was. He's got his hand hit on the rebound attempt. Ducasse is one of those big guys, 6'9", 206 centimeters, that moves like a guard. And he hits both free throws. Quimsa have led the entire way. Rare position for them this event, but they seem to be finding themselves in this game as Nicholas Romano scores.
I'm going to do it, Greg. Bold prediction.
Okay.
Biguá, if they don't win tonight, I just think they have a big chance of regretting it. I think Quimsa is just I'm so impressed at how much better they look now than they did in the first window. Even if they play as good in February as they are now, but if the chance is that they get a little bit better, I just think that's dangerous for a team like Biguá to have to. I feel like they're relatively evenly matched currently, and if you meet up with them again, and you have it at all a chance for Quimsa to get in, I don't think you want that.
And a Quimsa team playing to its capability, they could certainly give Minas a run for their money. I mean, of the three teams that are 4-0 in groups B, C, and D, Flamengo and Franca clearly 1A and 1B. Minas a step behind them, I think. And if Quimsa plays to their potential, I could see Quimsa beating Minas and Biguá in the next round and getting to the quarters.
My incomplete power rankings right now. Okay, are you ready? This is hot off the press. Get your Twitter ready. Franca,
hang on.
number one.
Let me write. Wait. Let me write mine down. I want to go in order.
Okay. Do you want me to do are we going to do the full, all 9 teams we've seen play?
Yeah,
I was just going to do like 4. Okay.
Let's see here.
I'm so excited to see if we agree. Like the top 4 or 5, I'm pretty sure we're going to agree. It's when we get towards the bottom, like, who do you what bottom team do you disagree with me on?
Let's see. Do I have all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Oh, I only got 7. Who am I missing? Oh, okay.
3 groups, 3 teams per group, Greg. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. I've got my power rankings. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I've got Flamengo ahead of Franca.
We disagree already. Never mind. You don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Number 3 would be Minas, right?
Correct. That's how I feel.
I have a feeling I know who your number 4 is. It's probably the same as mine, Instituto.
Correct.
And then at number
now
5.
Now it gets tough. Yeah.
Yeah. I have Biguá.
Okay.
I have Boca Juniors.
Currently, I
have
agree
those
with
two
that. Well, if Biguá loses today, I may change them, but currently, I will leave them in that
absolutely.
spot. Yeah.
Okay. 3 from the corner is up and good. Matthias Espinosa, and the lead is down to 7 with 4:44 to play in the second quarter, and Leandro Ramea wants timeout. A little run here by Biguá. And a good timeout by Leandro Romea. And we will finish up our thoughts on our power rankings in just a couple of moments. Quimsa on top by 7, 34-27. Thirty-four 27 in favor of Quimsa. They led by as many as 13 a few moments ago, but Biguá have cut it to just 7 points now, alongside Andrew Hunt. My name is Craig Fada. We're going through our BCL America's personal power rankings. These, of course, completely unofficial.
Yeah, we left viewers
Andrew
on
and I
the edge of their
disagreed
seat.
with. Yeah, Andrew and I disagreed with the top two. I put Flamengo up top, and he had Franca. Although I could see, I mean, you could certainly make a case for Franca. You know, Flamengo riding that hot shooting, they may not be able to sustain that, and Franca getting Lucas Diaz back could very easily make the case that Franca is at the top, but I'm going on the heatness of Flamengo the last two games.
Yeah,
96 points a game, yeah.
Two things.
So we got through our first five. Yeah.
Well, two things before we continue. We did this all wrong. We should have started at the bottom. As I just realized. But in terms of what my reasoning for putting Franca over Flamengo is because since we have Instituto number 4, to me, I feel like Franca had stronger competition than what Flamengo did. That's the reason for my.
That's fair.
Flamengo's still great shooting, but if they play each other right now, I think Franca wins. So there's my reason.
Fair. Okay. Not quite sure what the delay is here. It looks like, yeah, Agustin Perez has a little blood on the chin. So he's got to come out, get that tended to. Oh, there's where he got it. He got the shoulder. Oh, it's a nosebleed, not the chin. It ran down onto his.
Mm-hmm.
Ran down onto his chin. Ran into Matthias. Was that Matthias Espinosa that he ran into?
That was Ducasse, I believe.
Thought I saw a 2 on the back, but it could be a 5. Most likely right there. So, back to our power rankings as Quimsa pushes the lead back to 9. Coming up on 4.5 minutes to play. The hanger by Spite. Tough shot by Andre Spite. So we've got Flamengo and Franca in the top 2. And Minas, Instituto, Biguá, and the bottom
Boca.
4 I have Boca, then Quimsa, then CDC Leones, followed by Toros de Chiriquí.
Correct. So the only ones we disagree on are Franca and Flamengo, and if Biguá loses this game, I'm probably adjusting their placement.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, the power rankings coming into this one, we'll say.
Yeah.
Into the corner for Romano for 3. Splash! Nicholas Romano. And the lead back to double digits. Nice find from Ducasse. Shot missed.
And as I've been teasing on all of the games that we've had so far in this window. I can't wait to add our Group A teams into the mix here. See what we're working with.
Yeah, we can't even. We have no body of work to evaluate.
Yeah, very familiar with Real Estelí from last tournament. You may be more knowledgeable about the other teams, but I'm as
I've never seen the other two teams before.
Okay, so Real Estelí was kind of a powerhouse. They were definitely a playoff team last year.
Traditionally, they have been.
Mm-hmm.
And you could probably, even without seeing them, probably put them at least above Leones and Chiriquí.
Right. To me, if I recall, Flamengo, Franca, and Real Estelí were kind of the perennials.
Yes. Espinosa hits the second free throw. And the lead is back down to 8. Inside 3 minutes to play in this second quarter. Again, thank you so much for being with us wherever you're tuned in from, around the Americas or around the world. On FanDuel TV in the USA, on DirecTV in South America, and around the rest of the world on the BCL Americas YouTube channel and Courtside 1891. Biguá gets the offense reset. Here's Spite, puts the brakes on, shoots it up over Cunningham, a little too strong. Over into the corner, Brasino for 3.
Tercera falta personal número 33, Nicolás Romano. Colectiva Quimsa.
Well, Andre Spite will go to the free throw line after the foul by Nicolas Romano. Spite 2 for 2 from the line tonight. A 59% free throw shooter in this event coming into this one. First free throw missing. Andre Spite started collegiately at Arizona State, finished at Northern Colorado. Averaged 22.5 points per game for Northern Colorado. Talked about his success last year with Obras. Led BCL Americas at 21 points per game. Brasino to his left to Arnold Lewis. He drives baseline. Gets his own rebound. Works his way back in. Off the glass. It will not fall.
Man.
But he will go to the free throw line.
Does he know that ball came out?
I don't know. He gave that kind of almost celebratory yell, or it may have been a frustrated yell that it didn't fall in. Either way, he gets 2 free throws.
That was one of those where the ball was literally like halfway into the hoop and then came out.
Uh-huh.
Those are the worst. The worst.
The worst, the really bad ones are when it appears to be 3/4 of the way down and it rings around and somehow comes out. I mean, I was pretty good at physics in high school and college, but that still baffles me. Lewis hits the second free throw with 1:38 to play, and timeout for Biguá. Lead back to 9. We still have not seen Prince Ali for Quimsa. Arnold Lewis with 5 points. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we're thinking the same thing on the in and out baskets. We don't know fractions.
What else is new? 42-31 keeps the leads. A minute 38 to play, second quarter.
I think the best joke between my halfway into the cylinder and your 3/4 in the cylinders, it wasn't that we don't know fractions. It's actually that you're just always trying to 1/4 up me all the time.
Well, you're almost a foot taller than me, so it looks like it's 3/4 of the way down from where I am.
I'm 25% taller than you are.
There you go. You're a quarter taller than me. Fun with math with Andrew and Craig.
You think that guy's one of those guys that's always trying to one-up him? No, he's not that bad. He just, I don't know, he maybe tries to 1/4 up you all the time, you know? He's 4 times less annoying than that other guy you're talking about.
Group C wrapping up tonight. This one between Biguá and Quimsa. We've got one more coming up after this one. It's going to be Toros to Chiriquí and Boca Juniors. To wrap up Group B. Lead back to 9. 1 minute to play, second quarter. Spike behind the back pass. Pull-up jumper in the lane from Serminato is good. Brasino trying to drive on Spite, swings it left side. Shot clock at 7. Long jumper missed. And now Biguá, Spite popped in the head, no whistle. Serminato missed, out of bounds, and it'll be a Quimsa ball. Spite's looking around, holding his side of his head. So you can see. There's the bucket by Serminato. Leandro Serminato now with 5 points, 3 rebounds. As we have another timeout. Off day tomorrow. Well earned for you, my friend. You've done every game this event so far.
Yeah, not like some of us taking a day off in the middle of the action.
Off day tomorrow, and then Thursday we kick off Group A. Real Esteli against Toros del Valle. 7:40 p.m. local time, 8:40 p.m. Eastern time in the USA, live from Managua. You get a look at 2 of Andre Spite's 9 points. 14.8 to play in the half. Brasino across center court, guarded by Catala. Back out to Brasino. 4-3. Brasino from way outside, misses wide left. And then from 3/4 court, I don't know if that would have counted, but that caught rim. But we go to halftime with Quimsa up 7, 43-36. Quimsa led by as many as 13 in that second quarter. Biguá went on a little 6-0 run, get it back to 7, and traded baskets from there. Biguá actually outscored Quimsa 24-23 in that second quarter to get us to where we are now. As we look at the shooting numbers, Biguá 10 of 25 overall, 3 of 11 from three-point range for 27%. A sparkling 13 of 15 from the free throw line for 86.7%. Quimsa, on the other hand, 15 of 32 overall for 47%. 4 of 16 from three-point range, 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Quimsa winning the rebounding battle 19-14, 5 turnovers for Biguá, 6 for Quimsa. So both teams taking pretty good care of the ball. There you take a look at the top scorers as we run down the entire table. Josh Cunningham, 3 points, 4 boards. Andre Spite, 9 points. Nicholas Catala has not scored one. Ducasse, 2. Haven't seen Thiago Rodriguez yet for Biguá. Matthias Espinosa, 7. Leandro Sermonato, 5 points, 3 boards. Alvaro Pajovic, 3 points. Federico Bavosi, 3 points, 2 rebounds. Mike Tavares, 4 points. And for Quimsa, Tabario Miller, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Juan Brasino, 3 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Patricio Tabarez, 3 points. Emiliano Basabe has 2. Agustin Perez, 9 points. Bruno Sansimone, 6 points, 4 rebounds. Nicholas Romano, 13 points in that first half. Arnold Lewis, 5 points, 2 rebounds. And that wraps up the scoring. Well, if Quimsa is going to have a chance to advance to the quarterfinals, they must win this game. And we will see how they come out in the second half. They lead 43-36 at halftime. We are back live from Paysandú, Uruguay, with second half action in just a few moments. half underway. Quimsa taking a 43-36 lead. Cunningham drives the baseline, can't get it to fall. Rebound tracked down by Tavario Miller. Alongside Andrew Hunt, my name is Craig Fada. Thanks so much for joining us wherever you're tuned in from on the USA, rather in the USA on FanDuel TV, in South America on DirecTV, and around the rest of the world on the BCL Americas YouTube channel, as well as Courtside 1891. Quimsa with a strong first half. They need to win this one to remain alive for a chance at the quarterfinals. If the defending champs lose this one, they are eliminated. And they got off to a good start tonight for Leandro Romea. They took a 13-point lead in the first half before letting Biguá get back to within 7. Brasino around Miller. Now the bounce pass into the post, back out to Brasino. Brasino pulls up from 18, and that misses. Cunningham pulls down the rebound. That's his 5th. Spite loses his footing. Kind of looked like he tripped over the left elbow. Got helped up. How about that for sportsmanship? Got helped up by Agustin Perez while the play was still going on. Now Basabe outside to Brasino. Now into the corner, 3 up. And missed. Catala fouled on the rebound by Miller. And that'll be foul number 2 on Tavario Miller. Coming up on 2 minutes elapsed in this third quarter. No points thus far in this frame. Now Spite for 3. That missed. Miller the rebound. Brasino steps back, open 3. That missed. Spike for 3 again. That time it's good. Biguá back to within 4. 43-39. Perez. And now an offensive foul called on Emiliano Basabe.
This is a chance for Biguá to get back in this. I'm assuming at halftime they probably had a similar conversation about what I was talking about in the first half. You just, when you have a chance to close out a team, you don't want to miss that opportunity. So far they're looking to try to take this game over.
Espinosa turns that one over. Brasino up ahead to Romano. Basabe back to Brasino. Back to Basabe, open 3. Missed. 4 of 20. Now for Quimsa from beyond the arc. Brasino 1 of 6. 2 more for Andre Spite, and the lead is down to 2. Quimsa have not trailed this entire game. And again, we talked about it at length in the first half, Andrew. Quimsa, 4 of 20 from three-point range for 20%. They are 64.7% from two-point range.
Yeah, and I was thinking over the break.
And they're and they're 9 of 11 from the free throw line. So when they attack and get to the line, they're knocking those down too. Another miss from 3, that one by Nicholas Romano, but the putback by Tavario Miller is there.
Yeah, we're at halftime. I remember we went in the Wayback Machine and looked at some of our statistics from last year. Quimsa was the second leading in three-point percentage. But I'm recalling, too, as I said, they got a lot of that fast break stuff. A lot of their three-pointers, I think, were off wide-open looks, kickouts. And I think that's why they had such a great percentage. I recall, I think we have a foul there.
Mario Miller. Yeah.
I just distinctly remember.
Romea.
Yes, us discussing last year the difference between a three-point shot that I dribble up and shoot, or I'm running around, versus I'm standing there waiting for the ball, ready to go up. Even if you have somebody closing out on you at this level, most guys that are capable shooters are making that shot. If it was open when they caught it, it's in. Wow.
Spite pushed out of bounds by Emiliano Basabe, and he gets called for the turnover.
He's holding the ball, looks at the ref, says, "Do you see the guy pushing me?" as he gets pushed out of bounds. And the ref says, "Yeah, he stepped out."
Outside to Brasino. Quimsa resets. Another miss from outside, and another rebound for Josh Cunningham. That's his 6th. Spite. And a foul called. Between Nicholas Romano, Juan Brasino, and Agustin Perez, they are 3 for 16 from three-point range. Not that Biguá is tearing it up from outside. They're 4 of 16 overall.
Another way to say that is they're hitting a quarter of their three-point shots. Fun with math.
Quimsa would be thrilled to be hitting a quarter of their three-point shots right now. They're at 17.4% as a team. So Quimsa over the limit now. 4:39 to play in this third quarter, hanging on to a 4-point lead. They led by as many as 13 in the second quarter. Foul, by the way, was on Agustin Perez on the three-point attempt by Spite. So he's got one more coming. He hits 2 of 3. And Biguá has cut it down to 2. Brasino, left side to Basabe, and now Sansimoni, beg your pardon, that was Perez. And a big bucket there by Eduardo Vassirani. Gets the lead back to 4. A 10-footer by the 33-year-old veteran. Spite into the corner for 3 now. Catala, that misses. Sermonato fighting for the rebound, but taken out of there by Quimsa. Big rebound. Step back open 3 for Perez. That misses. 1 of 6 now for Agustin Perez. Perez stuck on 9 points. That three-pointer is good for Nicolas Catala. And Biguá back to within 1. 3.5 minutes to play, third quarter.
Didn't mention about Perez earlier. Is you mentioned he had, was it 20 or 21? But none of those, I don't think, came in the fourth quarter. He really cooled off last night, you know, by the end of the game there, and tonight just hasn't had the same kind of performance.
Big bucket by Nicholas Romano from outside the right elbow. Gets the lead back to 3. Spite the turnaround. That's good!
Oh.
Andre Spite shooting it up over Juan Brasino. Biguá again to within 1.
He's got something to prove. He thinks he's been getting smacked. I don't know that I disagree with him, as we see there.
Offensive foul on Nicholas Romano. Stepped into that screen. Good call. And now Biguá, for the first time this game, can take the lead on this possession. Yeah, there's absolutely no question about that. That was Vassirani on that foul, not Romano.
You could see Spite's body language after that one that we saw on the sideline where he thought he was getting pushed and looked at the ref, and the ref called him out. He got fouled on one, not on the shot. Then he got a 3-point foul on the shot.
And an offensive foul on the 3-point shot by Andre Spite. I don't know if
kicking that foot out.
Yeah, got Emiliano Basabe in a little bit of a tender area. Oh yeah, he kicked that leg out to try to draw the foul, and instead got the offensive foul for his effort. So Perez to the free throw line. Did they give Spite a technical foul? I thought they just gave him an offensive foul. Did they give him both? Oh, no, they gave Leandro Sermonato a technical foul. So Spite drew the personal, and then Sermonato drew the tee. So now Biguá trailing by 2 after the free throw. Perez misses from 15, but the offensive rebound by Arnold Lewis.
Let down defensively there to not collect that rebound.
Perez misses from the right elbow, and Cunningham on the deck. Emiliano Basabe has a seat. Josh Cunningham doesn't look too much the worse for the wear. Alex Lopez has not seen a lot of time in this one. He had 12 points against Minas, 4 of 6 from 3-point range, and then Nicholas Mazzarino didn't use him very much in the next game.
Definitely spark in that game.
That time Ducasse misses that 3-pointer badly. I'm not sure if the defender got a hand on that or what. Sansimoni over to Vassirani. Sansimoni gets it back. Sansimoni for 3. Another miss. Back tap to Lewis. Tabarez missed for 3. My goodness. Quimsa could not hit water if they fell out of a boat from 3-point range. And Federico Bivosi at the other end gives Biguá their first lead of the game. 51-50, the 43-year-old captain puts Biguá on top.
He looks behind him first here. Check. Oh, we don't see that. It's off camera. Before he catches, he looks behind. There's a defender in the backcourt. He makes sure he's clear. Catches that thing and cashes it out.
And Leandro Romea is going to have to come up with something. They trail now by 1. Biguá on top, 51-50. After trailing by 13 points in the second quarter, the captain, Federico Bivosi, hits a three-pointer, and Quimsa looking like somebody just ruined their breakfast. .109 to play in this third quarter. And Andrew, if you're Leandro Romea, what do you say to your team during that timeout? Now, Tavario Miller has to come out for some reason. That's somebody's wearing Tavario Miller's jersey. That was not Tavario Miller wearing Tavario Miller's jersey.
We have an imposter. Which begs the question, where is Tavario Miller?
Yeah, he's got 4 fouls, so I don't know if there was maybe some trickeration trying to go on. Maybe they thought maybe the officials wouldn't notice if he put a different number on. I don't think that was the case. Oh, Arnold Lewis with the big tip to put Quimsa back on top. Inside of a minute to play now, third quarter. Andrew, we've got ourselves a ball game. Into the backcourt, and a backcourt violation. Huge defensive play by Eduardo Vassirani. I could not tell who was wearing Tavario Miller's jersey. It's possible whoever that was had some blood on his own, and the only other jersey that would fit was Tavario Miller's. And the officials said, no, no, no.
Was it just looking at my
Lewis
pictures and seeing who that was? I think it was maybe Rolfe. I believe that's him on the right. The bottom right was who was wearing the jersey.
Really?
Also haven't seen Zezular yet. Makes me sad.
Almost 5 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Josh Cunningham, high off the glass and in. Biguá back on top. Game clock down to 3 now, 2. And no call as Bivosi hammers the shooter. And Leandro Romea saying, where was that call? And it looks like they are going to review it. With the shot clock, or rather the game clock winding down, the shooter hit from behind. And they are going to look to see if 3 free throws will be awarded. Usually in a situation like that, you like to let players decide it. But, I mean, that was a pretty good contact from behind.
But the follow-up shot went in, I think, before.
Oh, is that what they're looking at?
Yeah, right here. It did not. He did not release that before the clock.
But look at that. The bump by Bivosi on San Simone, and they are going to wave off the bucket. Wow, what a strange end of the third quarter. But the third quarter ends with Biguá on top by the score of 53-52. Biguá outscoring Quimsa in that third quarter 17-9.
If the refs have a no call on the floor, they're not going to review to say, oh, you're right, it should have been a foul. I think what kind of foul it was, if it was unsportsmanlike or not, intentional, like kind of thing, they'll review that. But I don't know that they're going to, assess a foul on that one.
In that third quarter, Quimsa 0 for 11 from three-point range.
Yeah, they
They
seem
were
to be
4 of
dying
7
by the three
otherwise.
right now.
Yeah. And, I mean, if you're Leandro Romea, at some point, I mean, you want your shooters to shoot, but, I mean, at some point, you've got to say, just cut it out. We're having success inside the three-point arc. Why do we keep launching 3 after 3 and missing? They are 4 of 27 overall. It's not like they were hot heading into that third quarter when they went 0 for 11. They were 4 of 16. They're now 4 of 27 for 14.8%. They're 15 of 24 otherwise from two-point range. And let's see if they make any adjustments heading into this fourth quarter. Quimsa fighting for their tournament life. Unable to get a shot off on that offensive possession. Stolen away by Sansimone. Wow, how about that? Arnold Lewis. Lewis had not hit a three-point shot in this tournament, but puts Quimsa back on top, 55-53. And a steal by Lewis. He's going to try to take it all the way himself, and he does! Jams it home with two hands. He ran away from the player trying to foul him. And a travel by Wandu Kase.
Great first minute by Quimsa here in the start the fourth.
Yeah. That was Alex Lopez that tried to reach in and commit the foul to stop the breakaway. And it's probably better that he didn't, because that would have put Lewis at the line and they would have gotten the ball back on the unsportsmanlike. So Fortunato Rolfi into the game wearing his number 10 after it looked like he had on Tavario Miller's number 0. And with the shot clock winding down, Rolfi's got to take that one and an offensive rebound. Patricio Tavares hits the mid-range jumper along the baseline, and just like that, Quimsa up 6. A 7-0 run to start this fourth quarter, and another turnover for Biguá. That time, Matias Espinosa travels. Lewis giving it up left side to Vasirani. Rolfi bouncing it down to Lewis. Lewis into the paint. Right hand shot won't go. Looked like he might have lost control of it. Ducase ended up with it in a foul call. Nope, that was just a short shot by Arnold Lewis. And I am very curious to see what's going on with Tavario Miller. Got 4 fouls, so we probably won't see him for at least a couple more minutes. Spite, a little up and under move. Long jumper won't go, but the offensive rebound by Pajovic. Into the quarter now, Spite again. That one missed for 3. Rebound, tipped around. That was Tavares on the rebound. Espinosa. And an offensive foul by Mike Tavares. That will be foul number 4 on Tavares. It is. Sansimone. Another missed three-pointer. He's now 0 for 4 from the arc. Lewis, that's going to be an offensive foul. You definitely see him push off with that left arm. See it right here. Well, you didn't see it good from that angle. But he definitely led with that arm and shoulder. Quimsa now 5 of 30 from three-point range. Biguá, not much better, 6 of 22. Quimsa have now taken more three-point shots than two-point shots in this game. And somehow they are still leading. And I don't see why they don't just continue to work for those kinds of shots. They're having a lot of success with those. Nice baseline inbound play. Leads to the easy bucket for Alvaro Pajovic. And Biguá back to within 4. 6:50 to play in the fourth quarter. Rolfie. Ball poked away. Biguá running. And a foul on Sansimone. Espinosa gives it up in the paint. Off the window for Pajovic, won't go, but they get the offensive rebound. Spite now. He puts up the three-pointer, and that is good! Biguá back to within 1. Andre Spite now 21 points. Whoa.
Yeah, what were you going to say, Craig?
Yeah, that time it's Patricio Tavares. And the officials are going to talk that over, as they originally said Biguá ball. Patricio Tavares prior to that, 0 for 2 from three-point range in this game, 4 of 13 coming into this one. Quimsa a 4-point lead as the officials discuss. Who might have last tipped that one out. 33-point shots in this game for Quimsa. They have made 5. If you turn 10 of those into 2-point shots and you shoot 40%, that's 8 more points that you have. And you're up by 10 with 5.5 minutes to play. I mean, you got to be smart with your shot selection, even if you have an open 3.
Yeah, there's something I'm not sure if a casual fan would know. You look kind of at the flow of the game. It's somewhat hard to explain unless it's in the moment, but you get some of those threes that you've seen. I saw earlier, one play sticks out. They actually shot a 3, Quimsa did. Got the rebound, and it got kind of tipped out to the shooter. He took a dribble and stepped back out to the three-point line to shoot it. He's wide open. And it's like, just shoot that mid-range shot. You're set, ready to shoot, kind of like what I talked about earlier. When you're set, ready to shoot, it's easier than a step back or dribbling or moving. You're just right there, ready to shoot. Those are the threes where I'm like, that's not really in the flow of the game. I want to take kind of what's given to me, and kind of the same as what you're saying there, but just that flow of the game. If it's a shot that doesn't go in the flow of the game, I'm fine with it. But those shots like that, where somebody's taking something that's ill-advised or not in the flow, I'm not as big of a fan as a coach.
So the officials reverse the call. It's Quimsa ball. Driving dish. Nobody home on the dish. It's tracked down by Perez. Floater tipped in. Big tip in by Vasirani. Oh, and a gorgeous take there by Matthias Espinosa. A little ball fake at the end. Inside 5 minutes to play. Mike Tavares blocks the shot by Sansimone, but a good take. Espinosa. Tavares faked the three. Drives, puts it up short. Fights for the rebound and pulled down by Vasirani. Biguá clinging to this 4-point lead. Beg your pardon, Quimsa clinging to this 4-point lead. Biguá took the lead after 3 quarters by 1, but a 7-0 burst to start. That three is up and good. Patricio Tavares. A pair of big 3-pointers in this 4th quarter. And he's got Quimsa back up by 7. And Andrew Quimsa making me eat my words. They are 3 of 5 now from 3-point range in this 4th quarter. Quimsa by 7. Quimsa, after seeing their lead evaporate in that 3rd quarter and then having it again cut to 1, have gone on a little bit of a tear here. They've started to thaw a little bit from 3-point range. Now up over 20%. At 7 of 32, but they're hitting them when they count now, 3 of 5 in this 4th quarter. After the timeout by Nicolas Mazzarino. Yeah, after the timeout by Nicolas Mazzarino. Let's see what Biguá has, and they're going to say that went off Andre Spite's knee. Spite wants a review.
I think it went off of Spite. It got tipped, but hit him last.
So the review is declined, and here comes Quimsa. Vasirani short on the jumper, but a good look. Espinosa has his shot blocked, and he gets whistled for steps. Beg your pardon, that was Leandro Serminato. Now Bursino into the front court. Orsino has it back. Tries to shake Spite. Back outside to Perez for three. That's good! Agustin Perez gives Quimsa a 10-point lead with just over 3 minutes to play. Perez now with 15. You don't think Quimsa might have just been slow playing Biguá from outside, do you? I don't think so. But there, the acceleration and the right-hand layup by Perez, now 17 points. And just like that, Quimsa up by 12.
And the side
Quimsa
story is
outscoring
Miller's,
Biguá this fourth quarter, 20-7.
Miller's back in his jersey now too. It's just the side story we had dealing with earlier.
Ah, I did not notice that. My eagle-eyed partner caught that. That was just so bizarre a little while ago. We think it was Fortunato Rolfi wearing Tavario Miller's jersey. Went to check into the game, and the official said no. They sent him back out. And we have not seen Tavario Miller back in this game. He's got 4 fouls.
One possible answer I have is maybe at halftime, if they had taken their jerseys off and were near each other. You know,
Yeah.
Rolfi is 1-0. So
Yep. You know, it's usually the simplest explanation, and that's the simplest explanation.
I feel like Miller probably wears a quite a bit larger jersey than Rolfi, though.
Well, yeah, Tavario Miller at 6'8" and Fortunato Rolfi at 6'1". So let's see if Biguá has an answer.
If there's any strategic reason for that jersey change, I want to know what it was.
Yeah, I can't think they were trying to pull something off.
Right.
But Tavario Miller is back in the game now with those 4 fouls, wearing the appropriate jersey. Romano into the paint. The floater won't go. Rebound tipped. Finally controlled by Cunningham. Espinosa up ahead to Alex Lopez. Now Cunningham hands it off. Sermonato backing it out. Spite for 3. Pass stolen away by Espinosa. 3 on the way from Catala. That missed. And Patricio Tabarez fouled with 1:34 to play. Will Quimsa hang on and live to fight another day?
Yes.
Showing the pride of champions. The 2023-24 BCL America's champ. Winless through 3 games in the group phase. They needed this one to stay alive for a chance at the quarters. Tavario Miller with the left hand. And that should do it. 74-60 now. 1:12 to play. 3 on the way from Catala. That is good. And of course, as soon as I write the obituary for Biguá, they hit a 3-pointer.
Nah. 10 points in a minute. That's tough. Not impossible.
Not impossible.
Tough. Let me do the Andrew Hunt breakdown for you, Craig.
Okay. Yep. I was waiting for it.
1 minute, 10 points. Easy math is 3 3-pointers to get that only gets me to 9. Okay.
Right.
So I need 1 more point just to tie. So maybe a 4-point play. So we'll say we make 2, get a 4-point play in the other one. I need all that to happen, all while the other team doesn't score, and I'm likely going to be fouling them at some point. Maybe not at the 1 minute mark, but 30 seconds lower, probably got to foul because I need the ball back. So that means they're going to miss all their free throws. So possible, but difficult.
That will do it. Nicholas Romano from 3. Espinosa answers at the other end to get it back down to 11. But Quimsa coming up clutch when they needed it in the fourth quarter.
If I put my tin cap on too, the other thing with the jersey situation, if anything, I would have expected Miller to come in with Rolfe's jersey to say, hey, look, I'm 4-2 Rolfe. I have no fouls. Hello, good to meet you.
And how about this, Andrew? You want to talk about a big plate of crow. Quimsa, 6 for 8 from three-point range in the fourth quarter.
It's like I tell you about
5 of 7. 5 for 7.
If I feel like I'm
unbelievable.
Hey.
Tavario Miller with the exclamation point.
If I feel like I'm a 50% shooter and I'm 0 for 4, well, that means the next 4 are going in.
And a floater will miss at the end, and Quimsa will hold on to win. They saw their lead, their 13-point lead, slip away. Leandro Romeo with a couple of key timeouts in that fourth quarter and some clutch long-range shooting after not being able to hit anything through 3 quarters. Quimsa 5 of 7 from the arc in the fourth quarter to put this one away, and Quimsa, their hopes to make the quarterfinals still alive. Quimsa now 1-3 in group play. Biguá falls to 1-3 in group play. In that fourth quarter, Quimsa actually got their biggest lead of the game at 14. Quimsa outscoring Biguá in the fourth, 27-13. That is how a champion finishes. As we look at the final numbers on this one, Biguá overall 21 of 54, 9 of 30 from three-point range for 30%, 15 of 18 from the free throw line. Quimsa 30 of 71. Quimsa took 17 more shots offensively than Biguá did. They finished 9 of 34 from the arc, 26%, 10 of 12 from the free throw line. Quimsa, a huge advantage on the boards, 43-30. Both teams 15 turnovers apiece. For Biguá, Josh Cunningham finished with 5.7 rebounds. Andre Spite, 21 points. 3 rebounds, 3 assists before fouling out. Let's roll the highlights. Yes, indeed, some good ones in this one. Nicholas Catala, 6 points. Juan Ducase, 2. Matias Espinosa, 12 points, 3 assists. Leandro Sermonato, 5 points, 6 boards. Alvaro Pajovic, 5 points, 3 rebounds. Federico Bavosi, 6 points. He gave Biguá their first lead at the 109 mark of the third quarter with a three-pointer that put Biguá up 51-50. Biguá scored just 15 more points the rest of the way out after that three-pointer by Federico Bavosi. Mike Tavares rounds out the scoring for Biguá with 4 points. Tavario Miller, 8 points, 6 rebounds for Quimsa. Juan Brasino, 3 points, 5 boards, 6 assists. Patricio Tavares, a couple of huge three-pointers in the fourth quarter, 11 points, 3 rebounds. Emiliano Masabe, 2 points. Agustin Perez got up near his average. He got 17 points, 3 boards tonight. Bruno Sansimoni, 6 points, 5 rebounds. Eduardo Vasirani, 2 points, 5 boards. Nicholas Romano finished with 18. He hit a couple of big shots down the stretch. He also had 3 rebounds and a pair of assists. Arnold Lewis finished with 12 points and 5 rebounds. And again, just to do some real quick math since we have a moment. When Biguá took the lead at 51-50, from that point on, Quimsa outscored Biguá 29-15. So Biguá comes up clutch. Andrew Hunt, your crystal ball, crystal clear on this one. And now, Biguá, they've got to be sweating a little bit because the February window coming up, they've got Minas, which they've lost to twice, and now Quimsa, which they've lost to once. This could make things interesting in February in Group C.
Yeah, this is part one of the crystal ball. So we'll see.
Yeah,
it's in the hands of the teams here for part 2.
Again, the final score: Quimsa keeps their hopes alive for the quarterfinals with a 79-66 win over Biguá. We've got one more coming up tonight. Toros de Chiriquí will take on Boca Juniors. That'll be at 8:40 p.m. local time, 7:40 p.m. Beg your pardon, 8:40 p.m. Eastern time in the U.S. as well. Followed by an off day tomorrow. And then we get underway with Group A on Thursday. For my partner, Andrew Hunt, my name is Craig Fada. Saying so long for now, and thanks for watching.